So do you also use Webflow for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create or update Encharge person on Webflow form submission. So over here I'm running a business and we gather the details of our potential clients with the help of our Webflow. So now what I want is that as soon as we receive the details of our potential clients with the help of Webflow, automatically a person should be created or updated in my Encharge account too. That too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Webflow and Encharge. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation? Then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll guide you through the process of how to set up an automation that creates or updates a person in Encharge whenever someone fills out your Webflow form. This integration helps you to keep your marketing efforts efficient by ensuring that your Webflow form submissions are directly synced with Encharge, maintaining up-to-date records. So let's get started, alright? So to do this, we simply have to create a connection between Webflow and Encharge, and we're going to create this connection with the help of Pabbly Connect. Alright, so to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of stars free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in, and as soon as we are going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is Webflow and Encharge. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we are going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we have to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create or update Encharge person on Webflow form submission. Webflow to Encharge, and then we just have to click on this create, and as soon as we are going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will work. All right, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the same commands given by our trigger. So that's the reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. So to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application, and for my trigger application, I'm just going to select it as Webflow. So I'm just going to search for Webflow, and as you can see V1 and V2, so we have to select V2 right over here. Now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new form submission is made, my workflow should be triggered or started. So we are just going to select the trigger event as form submitted, and then we have to click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Webflow V2 account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this API token, we have to follow the help text, and it is saying to obtain the API token, log into your Webflow account, hover on the site and click on the site setting button. Navigate to the apps and integration and click on the generate API token button. Alright, so we're going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my Webflow account, and over here you can see that these are the two sites. But over here I want to create this automation for this site, so I'm just going to go towards the site settings of this site only. Alright, so I'm just going to hover this, and as you can see site settings, so we have to go towards this site settings. And now from the left side of the bar we have to go towards apps and integrations, and we are going to scroll and look for API keys. keys. And over here you can see there are 4 API keys that I've already created, but I'm going to create a new. For that we are just going to click on this generate API token, and now it is asking me for the token name. So let's say that I want to name this token as Encharge. So I'm just going to enter Encharge right over here. All right, and as you can see that we have successfully named this as Encharge. Now it is asking me for the permissions. So over here I'm going to give it all the permissions. If you want, you can definitely select the permissions right from here according to your choice. All right, I'm just going to give it all the permissions it is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. All right, so as you can see that we have successfully entered the token name and given it all the permissions, and now we just have to click on this generate token. And over here you can see that this is my API token. So I'm just going to copy this API token, and then we're going to paste it right over here in my workflow. And after pasting this, we just have to click on this save. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Webflow V2 account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And over here you can see the site ID which is already selected. And now I'm just going to click on this even send test request button. And as soon as we're going to click on this button, it is saying waiting for response. And in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this response, we have to do a test submission or record. So I'm just going to open my form and do the test submission. So let's say that this time for the first name, I'm just going to keep it as demo, last name as user. You can see the mobile number and the email. And now I'm just going to click on this submit. And yes, you can see thank you, your submission has been received. So with this, Webflow has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. And yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response too. You can see the first name which we entered, the last name, the email and the phone number which we entered right. So yes, with this we have successfully completed a trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new form submission is made in my Webflow account, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. We're going to move on forward towards our action step. So what I want is I want to create or update Encharge person on Webflow form submission. So for my action application, I'm just going to select it as Encharge. So I'm just going to search for Encharge right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're just going to select it. Now for the action event, we have to select it as add or update a person and click on this connect. And now once again it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your Encharge account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Encharge. And as soon as we're going to do so, once again you can see that Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So yes, as you know that our data is secure with Pabbly, so we can click on this allow without any worries. And as soon as we're going to click on this allow, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this, we have successfully connected our Encharge account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me for the email, the first name and the last name. All right, so we are just going to enter all of these details right over here. As soon as we're going to enter these details, we will successfully create a new person in our Encharge account. So you must be wondering from where will we get these details. So we're going to get these details from the response of our previous step. All right, you can see that I want to create a new person with the same email only. So I'm just going to enter this same email address right over here in my action step 2 right over here too. But we are not going to enter it manually or by copy pasting it like this, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Webflow as our trigger application. So we are just going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. All right, so we just have to map this email. So I'm just going to look for email in the previous response, and as you can see the same, so we're going to map it. Same we're going to do with the first name and the last name too. I'm just going to look for first name in the previous response and map it, and same we're going to do with the last name too. As you can see user, so we're going to map it. And after mapping all of these 3 details, we're going to move on forward. You can see that now it is asking me for many another details. So all of these details are not the required details, so I'm just going to leave it as blank and click on this button which says save and send test request. If you wish, you can definitely fill out these details too, but I don't wish to fill it out, so I'm directly going to click on this save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to do so, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully created or updated a person in our Encharge account with the same details received from the form submission of our Webflow account. So I'm just going to open my Encharge account right from here, and we're going to refresh this people page in order to check for the new person added. And yes, over here you can see a new person has been added. You can see the same email, the first name and the last name too. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. But now I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to fill in this form. All right, so I'm just going to open the form, and we're going to fill in this form with the new details. So as you can see, let's say that I'm just going to fill in with these details and click on this submit. And now after clicking on this submit, yes, you can see your submission has been received. So now I'm just going to open my Encharge account and refresh this page in order to check for the new person. And yes, you can see with the same email and the name, a new person has been created. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And yes, now what will happen is that as soon as a new form submission is made in my Webflow account, automatically a person would be created or updated in my Encharge account. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.